Low. Yeah, just like me. Lucky, lucky me with my dead love life, boring job, and distant family. Add shattered dreams to the list. There's nothing to celebrate here. The only place I ever beat the odds was contracting a rare Caribbean virus, destroying my future without even knowing it at first bite. Why couldn't it have been the lottery instead? I need to get out of here. I just want to go back to work, punch in my last few hours, and then go home and pull the blanket over my head. When I'm in my cocoon, I can pretend I never ignored all the half-assed CDC warnings to have a great time in an amazing country that's just opened up to Americans again. I can pretend my junk hasn't just been trashed by a thumb-sized vampire bite, that I'm going to get my shit together and be an amazing wife and mother whenever the right boy comes along and proves to me he's a man. I can pretend I still have time, more than 18 months, before the sword falls, obliterating the future I always imagined. And I can pretend the holidays aren't coming, that I won't cry over the dinner table when Mom taps my foot with her cane and asks me why the hell I haven't found myself a boyfriend yet. Ms. Silvers? Jesus, just call me Penny, Doctor. That's what everybody else says, I tell him, giving in to the sarcasm pulling me deep into the black pit in my gut. I read you loud and clear. I get how screwed I am. There's nothing you can do for me, right? Can we be done? He doesn't say anything, just turns his face to the small tablet in his hands and begins scrawling a sloppy signature with his finger. A second later, he hits a button, and the device prints out a tiny prescription slip, which he tears off and hands to me. This will make you feel better in the interim, he says. Simple pain relievers on the off chance your fever returns. Until then, it should help minimize your discomfort from our talk today. While your viral load is dropping to acceptable levels, it could be lower. Please be sure to rest and drink plenty of water. If only guzzling water like a desert explorer would flush it all out of my system, I'd drink Lake Michigan dry. It's visible outside his window, behind the Chicago skyline, rippling in gray and gloomy November shadows. Thanks, I mutter, crinkling the paper in my fist as the doctor stands, ushering me out the door. If I were him, I'd be relieved to see the last of me, too. I'm sure I'm about to become the latest statistic in a medical journal. One more faceless person tracked by the outbreak that's been making inroads in the country thanks to people like me. I should be grateful tropical mosquitoes are the only way it spreads, and so far they haven't found any in the Midwest that can carry it. At least I won't have to worry about infecting anybody else. Small comfort when I'm out the door, heading for the train so I can get across town back to the office. Frankly, no one else deserves to have this curse inflicted on them if they can avoid it. But I'm not thinking about them, the lucky ones. I'm being selfish, focusing on myself, and quietly hating every healthy woman in America who will never have to worry about their biological clock going up in a fireball